All right, so the guys over at Madfinger dropped 0.4.7 update, changing some quality of life issues, some bugs, some patches, and some other little details. We'll go ahead and show you the video, plus we'll break down exactly what the patch notes say on the release on the Steam website. So we'll get into Lamong real quick, just to show some of what they talked about. As soon as everything loads up here, you had to do an NVIDIA update. So if you guys have an NVIDIA graphics card, you might want to check for an update, because I think they released the update today. Not 100% certain. I just noticed that there was one that needed to be updated, the game's ready graphics driver. So went ahead and did that first before I jumped in here. And now, of course, it has to compile all of the shaders again, because it does it at the very launch of the game, and then it does it before you jump into the game. It's rather weird how it does a double compiling shaders. So the wait. Man, this thing takes forever. I don't ever remember it being this long, so hopefully that's a good thing. Because I noticed one of the things that I complained about quite a bit was being able to aim down sight, and everything just got pixelated. It was like looking through a diffuser. All right, so well, that looks a lot clearer, but that's only a 5 by, yeah. What we'll do is we'll grab one of the. Oh, look at this. Okay, this is new. All right, that was. This must be part of the onboarding. I wonder why I'm still getting this. That doesn't make any sense. All right, let's go throw something on here that has a little bit more of a zoom to it. This bad boy does right here, so we'll go ahead and swap this out. And then what we'll do is we'll look. $18 by. All right, that don't look too bad. It actually looks a lot cleaner. So we definitely got that. We'll run up here and take a look over the top of the building, down into the little starter village. And then I guess we don't have to worry about people camping up over there anymore and shooting at us. So that's a good thing, because they would be able to get back there and shoot at us. So that's been nerfed. Or if you're a Mithras, patched. Everybody else, nerfed. Oh yeah, it's definitely sharper. Oh yeah, because if you see this right here, the center of the scope, that's typically what it would look like all the way around. It was very diffused. So they definitely patched that. All right, take a look at the vendors. So let's take a look at the ammo. Because they did say that they were going to do it so you could add more ammo space, which, looking at it, thinking, go ahead and sort it. It does look like they did something. Oh, I actually have that other weapon in here, so no, hold on. Let's work that back out. It's about the same. It's about the same. I'm just wondering if the crate holds more, because I know that they said something with the parts. So if you're doing modifications on weapons, one of the things is if you go in here, right, and you grab a part, it will specifically tell you on the highlights what it will go to and what it won't. So if you look down here, it says it'll attach to these rails, it'll attach this or this. You'll need this and this. But if you click on that, it opens up and says, okay, it'll accept this and all of these. All right, yeah. So it doesn't look like much in that department has changed. This was part of the old patch. All right. So they definitely fixed some of that stuff, and I can tell that the audio has changed a little bit. It does sound a little bit crisper and cleaner. The frogs sound quieter. That's actually a really good thing. All right. This dude's eyebrows don't breeze in the wind anymore, from what I hear. Not really much wind going on, so can't see his little mustache floating in the wind, which was an ongoing and running joke. All right. The little hair isn't flipping around anymore. A little bit more stabilized stuff. All right, good. Good. So it looks like some people are running around doing stuff already. All right. Man, people jumped in here quick. An update just came out not too long ago. About 4 hours ago is when I saw the video. When they posted the video, I saw it about an hour ago. So, and then I'll release this video later on in the week. I might do a midweek release just so I can get these notes out to people and see that the update is actually pretty good. I actually like it. And then I'll probably end up streaming it later on today or tomorrow. You have some appointments that I need to attend to, so I don't know how much streaming I'll get done. Maybe a couple hours here and there. All right. So what we'll do is we'll get right into the video from Madfinger, and then we'll go over the patch notes at the end. All right. And I'll see you all on the other side. Here we go.
Hello everyone and welcome to a mini devlog covering patch 046 and the newly released patch 047. These two patches wrap up the 0.4 update cycle as we shift our full focus to the massive update 0.5 coming later this year. Let's start with patch 046, which introduced a brand new opening sequence and tutorial experience.
Look at this. The whole island. Evacuated and quarantined after fuck knows what happened here.
This sequence was designed to better introduce new players to the world, setting, and story of Grey Zone Warfare. Since it is intended specifically for first-time players, only they will get to experience it, at least for now. Now, I can already hear some of you asking, why Jakub? Why can't we, the GZW veterans, experience the new onboarding too? Well, the reason is simple. We need to monitor how genuinely new players interact with it and see whether it is working as intended. You, experienced operators with your sharp skills and extensive knowledge of Lamang, would completely skew the analytics. Let us know in the comments if you'd like us to upload the full intro to our channel so that you can let Raven give you the full rundown of what happened on Lamang.
Change of plans. The boss needs you out pronto. Guess you'll have to check in later.
Now let's move on to patch 047. This patch continues polishing the first-time user experience while also introducing a whole bunch of highly requested fixes. Let's go through some of the highlights. You can find the full list of changes on our Steam page. We can start with the tutorial. New tooltips should help new players better understand game's mechanics and make those first few hours much smoother. New players will also get rearranged starting equipment to give them more inventory space for ammunition. Who needs water when you have ammo, right? Jens' M700 bolt-action rifle no longer behaves like a machine gun. Some of you appreciated the added challenge, most of you definitely did not.
When the boss is firing a bolt action, full auto, that's an issue.
We've also fixed a number of character animation issues, including incorrect NPC transitions when entering combat, and smoother transitions from sprinting to going prone. We even fixed the hilarious bug where your character's eyebrows float majestically in the wind. Several weapon animations have been polished as well, including grenade throwing and the SKS bolt release animation. Gameplay was polished by fixing issues related to vaulting, unresponsive controls after vaulting, and vulnerability to friendly fire after vaulting, all fixed. We have also cleaned up several container-related issues. Various items can no longer be stored inside wallets, tactical wallets, and combat folders where they didn't belong. And yes, stims can finally be placed inside med containers. Several tasks have also been fixed and reworked to function as intended, including voices from the stars, line in the sand, and free real estate. The user interface has also seen a number of fixes. Issues preventing squad leaders from promoting other members, players incorrectly appearing offline, and several other UI inconsistencies have all been resolved. A number of visual issues have been addressed as well. One notable example was the Leo vented gloves, where all the color variants incorrectly used the same black texture. We fixed an annoying bug that prevented players from checking their magazines while their weapon was in a low ready position, along with other minor weapon and attachment issues. And finally, one infamous exploit has been eliminated. Players can no longer climb the inaccessible mountain overlooking the Mithras FOB and terrorize freshly spawning operators. As always, we've removed a whole bunch of stuck spots across Lamang. Thank you all for your very polite bug reports. To wrap things up, we've updated the recommended NVIDIA driver version to 610.62. And that's it. The next time you'll hear from us will be from Gamescom, where we'll be teasing update 0.5 for the very first time. And let's just say, that's not the only surprise we've got planned. Guys, thank you for your constructive feedback, for your bug and cheater reports, and your continued support. It really does go a long way. We'll see you soon, and as always, every move matters.
All right, we just saw the video from Madfinger over update 4.7, and they kind of hinted at update 5, so I'm very excited to see exactly what it is they're going to do with the hideouts and the crafting. So let's do a brief overview. The transitions from sprint to prone, yeah, if you're a PvP, that really matters. PvE, if you're using that, you're trying too hard, maybe. Let's see, another couple of issues, gameplay issues. Unresponsive controls, bolting, yeah, I've experienced that myself. Let's see, what else? There's a few in here that really mattered. Yen's firing rate, yeah, I've noticed that quite a bit when going into Blue Sapphire. I've never really experienced him at the top of the building, the hotel. I normally catch him over by the villas. Normally he's out there on the northwest side or northeast side of the villas, running around up there by the bridge. That's where I typically run into him. But yeah, the full auto bolt action, yeah, that's definitely a thing. The tactical wallet thing, I mean, if you were using it in that manner, I mean, shame on you. But I mean, until they fix it, it is what it is, right? Okay. Loot option, yeah. Loot option was displayed for friendly corpses. Yeah. So I agree and disagree with this. Now I don't agree that you should be able to loot your buddy and take his stuff. But in a situation, and I ran into this earlier, where you weren't carrying the specific medical equipment, but he was, and I couldn't fully repair him or heal him because he had the stuff in his kit, but I couldn't loot that kit to use it. I think that needs to change. When your teammate is down and they have the first aid kit and they have their stuff in it, you should be able to loot that specifically. Not their body or their backpack or their chest rig or anything like that, but specifically the first aid kit. I think that should be accessible so you can use that part. And the thing is, like, you're not able to take it, but you're able to use it. So if that makes sense, you're not able to take it, but use it on them. I think that would probably benefit everybody. PvP and PvE, I think that's really a big issue there. Because, I mean, technically in the military, when you carry an IFAK, it's not for you, it's for your buddy. So, yeah, I think that would be very beneficial. Voices from the Stars task disappeared after accepting it. Yeah, there's still some issues with the accepting tasks and sharing tasks. Like some of the radio buttons are still obscure or opaque. So it might be a holdover from the last one. Maybe they need to do, maybe this patch fixed it. I don't know. I haven't jumped in just yet. I saw this patch first thing this morning and jumped right into recording on it. Fixed an issue where enemy kills in segment paw did not count towards your real estate. Did that task a long time ago. Took me a while to finish it. I think I guess that is the specific issue, is that it wasn't counting. So yeah, that makes sense. Select the long-term contracts which show decimal numbers. Okay, all right, cool. Never really paid attention to that. I whenever I finish one, I just click complete and move along. All of my vendors are at level 4 with the exception of Vulture, so but I'm pretty sure that's going to end come October when 0.5 drops. All right, tutorial. So if you're a brand new player First and foremost, welcome to Gray Zone, probably one of the better games that I've played in a long time. I really enjoy the story. I enjoy the graphics. They could be a little bit better, especially when you're looking downrange. They probably need to take a little bit of Tarkov's ADS when you're looking down the glass. The picture becomes extremely clear in Tarkov, but here it's still a little off. But like I said, it's still in pre-alpha. I'm pretty sure a lot of those quality of life things will be improved over time. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, the story mode, I understand what he's saying when he said that it's going to be lost on us experienced players that have been here for a while. And they really want to see how the onboarding process works for new players. There is a possibility that where you could go back and play it again, or at least get that onboarding process. I think their analytics would not be as skew if it was in a replay mode, or if they kind of set it off to the side as a replay. That way, not everybody is part of that initial pool of information. But, you know, they're busy working on 0.5, so I get why they didn't do it. And then, all right, yeah, the tutorial tooltip overlaid with explanations, that's very good, because it took me a little while to figure it out, but I was a Tarkov player before playing Gray Zone, so it was pretty quick. Additional ammo spawn locations, Little Bird down task areas. Oh, okay, all right, cool. Informing DLC owners that they will receive their rewards at the end of the tutorial. That's good. That's really good, because I bought the supporter edition, and when I started, it was kind of like, okay, I got this extra stash and I got this extra equipment now, you know, and you guys get better equipment now. That's, man, kind of jealous, but I would be okay, because I don't want to go back and have to regrind my vendors all over again. Although I would. Fix an issue that prevented squad leader from promoting another squad member while in the main menu. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you're getting ready to give somebody else the lead, yeah. Okay. While you're in the main menu, yeah, that makes sense. Displayed. Yes, this is a huge issue. So whenever I'm buddying up, got friends coming on and everything else, it just shows offline. And like, I mean, they're there, but it just shows them as offline. So I'm glad that's fixed. Connection could be squad stated. Yeah, desync. Yes, this is huge. I've recognized this. This is probably one of the biggest issues right here. Duplicate notifications of friends coming out. Yes, constantly popping up at the bottom right-hand corner. I'm glad that that's fixed. I mean, they're kind of annoyances, not really game-breaking things. They're just annoyances. But when you've played for so long, you kind of get visual cues, so your eyes are so hyper-focused on anything that moves that those little pop-ups will distract you from what's going on, and you can lose the tactical advantage. Especially if you're playing PvP. PvE, the AI is a little, disengaged. They're not really actively seeking you out like they do in Tarkov, where, scabs and bosses and everybody else is running around. With the exception of a few, they do tend to say area locked, but you still get PMCs, goons, raiders are constantly moving around the map looking for stuff to do, and pretty much to mess you up too. Let's see here. DJ player helicopter. Yeah, notice that a little bit, but like I said, that's more of an annoyance, not really a breaking issue. Weapons players compatible while dragging in complete and compatible part. Yes. Whenever you're doing weapon building, if you're not exactly a gun guru and don't understand, and I build my own firearms, so I get what parts go with what, but this right here this would like drive a new player mad. Like, it says it works, but it doesn't. Yeah. And there are some parts that will fit on other weapons that they don't allow to fit, which I'm like, okay, come on. We're getting a little nitpicky here. Quick access menu, but okay, yeah. Oof. I hope and pray that they fix this. Attachments and durability. What the hell is the point? I've never seen Like, I've got a tack light on my AR right now that I've had for years, and there's nothing wrong with it. What's the point of the durability? Now I get with like the barrel, the upper and lower receivers, maybe even a buffer tube now and again, or maybe gas tubes or gas blocks, but like a magazine, like PMags, I've had PMags for over a decade, and there's nothing wrong. The spring is still perfectly fine. Well, I've got magazines that I fired that were loaded for 3 years and never shot, and they functioned perfectly fine. That doesn't, whatever. Mortar countdown timer did not properly update. Normally when I see this, I see the timer at the very beginning and then just kind of count it down in my own head. Although their time of flights need to be adjusted, and explosive radius needs to be adjusted, because they're 120s. Let's not get it twisted here. Vendor static screen inconsistent between the main menu and while this. Yeah, it's kind of an annoyance, not really a game breaker. Dismiss the post wipe warning message. And pressure is after pressing the escape key. Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, that must be a PvP thing. I don't really play PvP much, if at all. It's an issue. I don't think I've actually played it at all in this game. Tarkov, yes. Here, no, actually, I don't think I have. In the task details windows became inactive after switching between tabs. Yes, I've run into this issue myself. But like I said, I thought it was just like a pre-alpha bug thing. I didn't really, I didn't report it. Face an issue where task area markers sometimes incorrectly display the status as complete. Yeah. I don't think I've personally experienced that, but I have heard people talk about it. Added a loot panel notification informing players that they do not have enough space to pick up a loot. Thank you. Before it was just grayed out. Like, you can't pick this up because it's grayed out. Like, you knew it's grayed out. You don't have room, or you need to adjust your loot, or maybe you just don't have space, something like that. Now there's a panel notification. Okay, cool. Adjusted the default map controls by pressing M. Oh, good. You open the map by pressing M, and then holding it is the mini map. I wonder if I can rekey that. I like the fact that the mini map comes up with M, and then tab I can set it to something else. I've been accustomed to that. That's gonna be kind of an annoyance. Visual and rendering. Fix an issue where players can be visible through a closed window at the Winchester Cop. Okay, cool. I guess that's for PvP, because you definitely don't want to be seen. It'll just snipe you. Fix an issue where weapon model could disappear if a player tabbed out during healing. I don't think I've ever really noticed that. Okay, well, that's good. Fix an issue where grenade model became invisible after canceling a healing animation. Looks like everything's around that healing animation. The vegetation looks pixelated. Yes. This is massively annoying. If you've ever go in a high zoom and you look down at long distance, it looks like it's very grainy. Oof. Yeah, I agree with that one. That's one of the things I was talking about earlier, where if you look down the glass in Tarkov, everything gets super visual. So where here it's kind of that's it. Variations of Leo Vintage Glove. Yeah, that's kind of an annoyance. Don't really. I guess for those that are into like how their character looks, that's really important. Adjusted the smoke from the crash helicopter that makes it more visible from a distance. Yeah, there's like three or four crash helicopters in Lamong. Because I know the one with the task, there's one right there at the beginning base if you're coming out of Mithras. Those two for sure. And I know there's a couple other ones. There's one in the swamp. And then there's a couple. Yeah, there's like, I don't know, there's more than that. Actually, now that I think about it, there's probably like 6 or 7. Weapons. Okay, here we go. Fix an issue where players cannot fire from the hip while moving forward. Yes, I like that. Fix an issue where players were unable to perform magazine check. Yes, yes. It would always turn my tack on, like the Alt button, because I have mine set to Alt T, and if I would hit Alt T, it would just like turn my tack light on, or my laser, or my light, whatever I had assigned, or nothing at all if nothing was assigned. Fix an issue where canted weapons with NVGs equip moved weapon to the incorrect position. Yeah, I notice this a little bit. Typically, I just use the IR laser identifier with my NVGs. I mean, change your gamma. You can see at night anyway. It's your choice. It's your preference. If you want full immersion, yeah. If you want to be able to see at night, just change your gamma. You'll be able to see the entire game. I'm going to fix an issue with a scope clip into the camera transition between aiming. Yeah, I've seen that. But like I said, I just put it as a beta. It's just one of the things that they'll fix eventually. And here it is. Here's the fix. Fix an issue where minimum zoom was set incorrectly for Night Force ATAC. I don't even use it, so cool. Fix an issue where the rate of fire in the weapon detail window changed unintentionally while attaching a magnifier. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a good one. It's not groundbreaking, but yeah, kind of an annoyance. Fix an issue where the SAV Zindel had an incorrect weight. Okay. Don't own the gun, don't care. Fix an issue where the FDE variants of several weapons base parts cannot be placed in a weapons part crate. We don't want your FDE stuff here. Get it out of here. Fall off the map. Exiting a helicopter if their connection was unstable. Oh. Well, I mean, connection unstable. Maybe get off that Walmart internet. Let's see, fix an issue. But then again, being unstable doesn't necessarily mean you have bad internet. It could be the ISP. Fix an issue where players could climb on the mountains around the Mithras. Yeah, if you're a PvP player, this is one of the reasons I didn't really play it much, because you could get camped at your own base. That's crazy. Like, you couldn't do that to anybody else, but Mithras, yes, Mithras guys were screwed. Fix an issue where a code protected door in YBL could be kicked open without entry. Dude, no, leave that alone. We'd like to get into those doors without keys. Let's see, fix an issue, but yeah, I get it. Fix an issue where random loot sometimes spawn twice at the Wildcat Cop. Hey, don't hate the loot, man. Loot point is incorrectly. Yeah. Fix an issue where mortar shells exploded too high above the surface near the waterfalls at Midnight Sapphire. Okay. All right. Well, there's an issue where some light switches did not control any lights. Okay. I mean, yeah, if you're turning lights on and off, sure. Car was embedded too deep. I mean, for PvP, I'm pretty sure that matters. Visibility is a thing. PvE, they're going to see you. They don't give a shit. They're going to see you. They're going to know. Too deeply in the terrain near the Midnight Sapphire. Okay. Oh, I think I know which car they're talking about. These individual bullets can pass through some floors. Yeah. Yes. That was a big PvP bug right there. A lot of people were pretty upset with that one. Let's see. Various crashes. Good. Updated the recommendation NVIDIA driver version. Thank you for us 50 series owners. This is re-enable the DLSS sharpness slider in the graphics. Oh, thank you. Adjusted the default equipment arranger to give players more inventory space for ammo. Oh, that makes it amazing. I think that's, what is it? Adjusted the default equipment arrangement. I wonder if you can just put more ammo in like a specific spot. Okay. Get stuck. Yeah, there's a couple spots where I would get stuck. I didn't really go to them. Once I found one or two, I just kind of like was very careful. One of the things that I've noticed is like in one of the cops, you would set down like stuff for people to trade them or give to them, and it would just disappear into the dirt. Okay, onboarding accounts. Yeah. And then of course there's the report button if you're running anything else. Just go ahead and get that report. So a lot of good quality of life fixes. I'm looking forward to more. Looks like they're going to, like you said, they're going to go pretty much radio silent after this. So yeah, this is going to be great. And then we get to find out exactly what they've got planned for 0.5 and exactly what it is that they're going to release right during that. So, and he said that there's going to be a big surprise to what they're doing. So hopefully there's something else. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to see exactly what it is. All right. All right. That's going to do it for the Dead Noob. You know, be good or be good at it. Won't be any videos for a couple weeks. I got family coming in. So I'll see you all on the flip side. I'm out.